A shout out to our podcast sponsor, sportsponsorship.co.uk. If you or your business are interested in making a real difference to the Scottish game, supporting hundreds of kids into regular football, get in touch with sportsponsorship.co.uk and they'll find the right fit for your brand. Hello and welcome to Tinpot, a Scottish football podcast. My name is Tom, I'm your host, joined by Matthew Strugnall.
Hello.
And Andrew Guild.
Howdy.
And we're back for episode 22 of Tinpot. And coming up in this episode, you can expect a review of the weekend's games that we had previewed on Friday. We will be having our big debate section, which is Mr. D Bates, and that is going to be this week all about Hearts, their challenge for the title, and comparing their potential success to success about 10 years ago down south in the Leicester victory in the English Premier League. And then we're going to have our quiz at the end of the episode, so that is what is coming up in episode 22. But before we dive into all that, it's always good to catch up with you two. Matthew, how have you been? How's life?
Good, yeah, thank you. I partook in some Halloween activities yesterday. I went to the Galloween thing. It was like a Halloween walk along the coastal path at Dalgety Bay. So I was there with the kids and some other kids and some other friends walking along the coastal path, and it was like scary stuff and, you know, other stuff. Hot dogs, expensive tins of juice, multi-packs sold for quadruple the price, but we
Not
didn't
for
buy
resale,
that. No,
but
exactly.
they resale.
It's for charity, mate. So it was good. I don't know if you've ever been or heard of it, but I think it's like a volunteer-led thing in the towns of Dalgety Bay. Really good. There was like two ways you can go: the sort of scary way or the kid-friendly way. But we went the scary way. And there was some theatre groups putting on some seriously good acting performances. One was pretending to be like a possessed sort of man on like a Ouija board. He was like there was folk dressed up and jumping out and you like dressed like Michael Myers and that. It was quite good. Kids weren't scared that really, so I don't know what that tells you, but maybe if it was in the dark it would have been scarier, but it was pretty good.
What's happened to Halloween? It's like, well, if that was yesterday, that's the 25th of October. It's a full week before. You know, Christmas, you get a lot of people get the tree up like the start of December and they sell it, like they get excited about it for the month ahead. Halloween should just be a one-stop shop. 31st, trick or treat, go home. It's a week. You've got these
month-long
Halloween
event,
parties and Halloween discos and
folk had decorations up in blooming September.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah, I agree. Totally agree. I had a Halloween thing today as well at Connie Fox with a kid. And there was like one of those haunted house things. You went round and like clowns jumped out and all that. But before that, we'd went on the waltzers, and I hadn't been on the waltzers for like a good 10 years. And honestly, like, no word of a lie, like I thought I was going to shit myself on this thing. Like it was, I felt so unwell. Like kid was in the middle, it was spinning around like absolute mental. Like it was, when did the waltzers get like? So I must just be old, but kid was not like bothered at all in the middle. Totally fine. I was on the edge, like if this is either going to go out the north or the south. Like this is going to be bad. And I was literally clinging on for dear life. So by the time it came around to the clown thing, like I was just so unwell that I was just like really not phased on the jump diet. It's just like, hey, cool.
I've never heard of anyone getting like nausea or car sickness out of their arsehole. That's quite something.
Honestly.
Well, this man's diet is no surprise.
Diet? What are you talking about? I'm a healthy man.
How many slices did you knock back yesterday in the last remaining Pizza Hut?
The Pizza Hut buffet, yeah, that's
keeping the place afloat. I mean, that's why the permit's not closing, because this guy's
exactly,
going.
Yeah, I should be getting like some sort of knighthood, like Jim Leishman or something. Door. Yeah, me and Jim just sitting down having a Pizza Hut, keeping the place going. But yeah, that was good.
It's always good, mate. It never disappoints, eh?
Yeah.
What's wrong with people? Get back to Pizza Hut, guys. Come on, while you still can.
Good. Chef special ones as well. It's like a roulette, like what pops out. It's like, ooh, yeah, here's a little 4 cheese number. Yes, please.
You've got moaning about the price of pizzas these days. You know, it's 20 quid for Domino's. But get yourself a Pizza Hut and you can get about fucking 50 pizzas if you wanted for like 20 quid.
Exactly.
No one
and
chucks
you
you
got
out.
the pastas and all that. Nachos.
Wait, you got unlimited
ice
pizza
cream.
at Pizza Hut?
It's a pizza buffet,
Unlimited
mate.
pizza. Have you never done the Pizza Hut buffet?
Nope.
Oh,
my
it's
God,
class.
Oh, it's so good.
We're talking
you
like
gotta-
good
you gotta
stuff.
get
Like
involved.
they're not giving you some 50p piece from Tesco and Square. You know, this is the real
No.
deal.
Yeah,
It's a real deal.
as many slices as you want.
Yeah. And
so
pasta,
they give you like all the classics, like pepperoni, Hawaiian,
cheese.
like all that stuff. Yeah, exactly. And then they have these chef specials that pop out as well, like throughout your sitting, and they could be like anything. Could be like
Meat feast.
Mexican, like cheeseburger pizzas, like 4 cheese numbers with like some red onion and all that kind of thing. Like it's all these different things pop out. Then you get unlimited ice cream, unlimited salad bar that's got like nachos and cheese and potato salad and unlimited drinks as
Oh.
well. It's great.
Just a heads up, my camera's gone again. To be fair, it's been a while since this joke segment, which was I've done on purpose to keep the sort of gag going. It's not for any
Right.
fault
Yeah.
of my own. But yeah, the camera is currently cut out. So if you are watching on YouTube, I do apologise. Having technical issues here in where I live.
Yeah, for those listening, you are fine. You can still hear him. But if you're watching,
Unfortunately, yeah.
just got me and Andrew for the rest of this.
Yeah.
I'll
sorry,
try
back-
to make it back on.
Back to the
Yeah.
pizzas quickly, just so I can box this off in my head. Is it
Yeah.
a go up to a window situation to get your pizzas? You have to ask
Nope.
someone to come to your table. What's the
No,
situation?
No.
Just
so
there.
basically, you sign up to the buffet when you go in. They give you some cutlery, give you your cups, give you some bowls as well for your ice cream later on, and then basically you just go up to the buffet. There's like this big like hot plate that's got, I don't know, maybe about 8 pizzas.
8 to
on
6,
it.
yeah, 6 to 8.
And then you just go up there and you load up as many slices as you want on a plate, and then you can go up again, you can go up again, you can go up as many times as you want. And then there's like, as I said, like a salad bar thing that's got like obviously salad, but it's got like nachos, like
Salsa.
potato salad,
Yeah.
like coleslaw, all that kind of thing as well. And then you can have whatever drinks you want. Like there's loads of different types of drinks, like with the the flavouring things as well. Like
Oh
so you can
yeah,
have,
yeah.
Pepsi with like a vanilla or like a cherry or whatever. So yeah, pretty good. And then unlimited ice cream as well, with unlimited sprinkles and all the other toppings and sauces and all that shit. So it's fucking great.
Unless you've got specific dietary requirements and you're going to Pizza Hut, like why would you order anything off the menu if that exists? It doesn't make any sense.
Exactly. Yeah, I know. Well, unless you're gonna have just like a wee pizza and you're quite content with that, then it'll probably be cheaper.
Oh, but if you're big belly beasts like us, then
Pizza.
yeah, yeah, if you're Garnet Jackson, then you're going to want to get involved in this.
But it seems as if the news this week that people aren't enthused by the old Pizza Hut buffet, which is surprising because people love pizza, people
because
love
everyone's
buffets.
watching
why
the
don't-
figure these days, mate. That's it. The Instagram generation with the
Well, it's
old
not cool enough anymore, Pizza Hut.
8-packs and all that. Too much carbs, man. Carb loading is probably good. I don't know. It's bad.
Bloody
I'm
Jamie
not sure.
Oliver, is he closing the Pizza Huts now, prick?
Well, yeah. Yeah, it's Jamie Oliver's fault. Yeah, that's it.
Bloody woke nonsense, eh? First
Yeah,
they
it's-
came for the Pizza Hut and I said nothing. Then they came for what's the Chinese buffet that's really shit? Beijing Banquet.
Beijing banquet.
Then I
Fuck
said
that,
nothing.
okay.
Don't you come for the fucking Toby Carvery or that stuff where you can get massive plate of
Yeah.
carvery. That's
The
healthy
big
at
oval
least.
plate.
Yeah, oh mate, the big king size plate.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
The amount of fucking stuff you can get on that plate is obscene.
That's a beauty, isn't it?
Unreal.
Yeah.
Shit, I'm doing a chef's kiss right now. Mwah. Mwah.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
Oh man, I love value for money. Or just like lots of
I was going to
stuff.
say, you don't care about the food, you just care about saving your pennies.
No, it's not
That's
even
it.
that. I would pay like 30 quid for a really good buffet, you know, like one of those Argentinian steakhouses, like 30, 40 pound. Like, that's a good deal. Yeah, I had a Fazenda won so much. I ate so much. I had to go into the Waterstones on Princess Street because I thought I was going to be sick after that.
Oh, Waterston.
No, it's practically.
That's not a safety shit or a safety spew. That's
But I wasn't.
Yeah.
I wasn't
That's
sick. And then I had an Oreo ice cream after that because I just did a big burp. Felt alright.
Hilarious.
I need to
Never
go
seen
watch
you
that.
defeated by
Such
food
a
before.
strange place to go in.
I know. Did a
For like
cafe
a
in the one I
retreat.
think on Princess Street.
Yeah, they do.
But I need to go back to one of those like steak meat houses. I've not been in a while to like Argentinian
Yeah.
or Brazilian one. Get
Yeah.
some meats and that. It's really good, eh?
Fazenda's
You
good.
know, there's an Argentinian steakhouse in Dunfermline now.
Is it? Oh yeah, by the under the Alhambra.
That's it. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Not tried it, but there you go.
Good to
I was trying
balance.
to
We
get-
were speaking all about Nooks last week, which is a plant-based restaurant, but now we're going the other way and talking about steakhouses. It's all about balance.
That's it.
See
Yeah.
both sides of the argument. Right. Yeah, I think we're all pretty much caught up, so let's crack on with some football chat. Last week, Andrew was reviewing... Oh, let me share my screen in just a second. Andrew was previewing the Hearts versus Celtic game, which took place today. We're recording this on Sunday the 26th of October. And Matthew chose a championship game, which was Morton at home to St Johnstone. And I had gone for what I thought was a League Two game between Spartans and East Kilbride, but turns out it was a Scottish Cup match. So the prediction's still valid, but yeah, apologies for not doing my research properly. They do play it in the league next weekend. But yeah, that was my error.
This guy's a quizmaster. Eh? I mean, what other shit's he got wrong this whole time we've been quizzing? Eh?
Yeah, it's Tinpot. It's awful. So let's have a quick look at our predictor league table and how it stood after week 4. If you're watching along on YouTube, you'll see this. If you're listening, I'll try and explain it for you. So yeah, the leaderboard in our predictor league is me on 7 points, having got 2 correct scores and 1 correct result. Matt on 5 points, getting 1 correct score and 2 correct results, and Andrew's still on 3 points, getting just 3 correct results and no correct scores. The scoring system here is 3 points for getting the correct score and 1 point for getting a correct result. So on to this week's games then. Andrew, first of all, went for Hearts 2, Celtic 2. And I know that you watched that game today, Andrew, so talk us through how the game went from your perspective.
Yeah, we all watched it. We were all kind of messaging each other whilst it was on. Great game. Good advert for the Scottish game, I thought. Obviously a lot of investment from a neutral's perspective because, you know, Hearts potentially creating a big league upset. But I thought they were great. I thought they were fantastic. I've never been happier to get a score wrong. They were really on it. I thought there was some elements of their play that was sturdily impressive, particularly down the wings. You know, I thought they were really, really effective. Shanklin was such a steady Eddie, but the application even at the back, you know, Finlay, Halkett, throwing their bodies on the line, you know, when needed. I thought they were excellent. The atmosphere at Tynecastle was brilliant. So yeah, hats off and a well-deserved win for Hearts. Celtic, obviously, I will be sticking my very biased boot in here, but they were shite. They were just dreadful. I don't really know what to say. I thought Brendan Rodgers being stubborn, you know, putting Murray at the back was just throwing the lad under the bus, in my opinion. Absolutely no need to be playing him. You've got Trusty there, ready to go. He was asked about it after the game, and he just said because, you know, he wanted a left footer and a right footer in there. Absolute bullshit, you know, to be honest with you. And the longer that, you know, a portion of these Celtic fans keep, you know, lapping this up, I think it's just absolute nonsense. You know, he's moaning about not having the right players. You've got the players sitting on the bloody bench. Murray, obviously, incredible finish for the first goal. But yeah, he was all over the place. He was out of his depth. I actually did feel sorry for him. But yeah, there's plenty of experience in that team. You know, you've got Schmeichel obviously at the back. I'm not going to go through the whole team, but you know, Tierney, Scales, Engels, McGregor, Nygren, you know, Tinekti, and I know Hatate's been off the boil, but you've got plenty of experience in that team that should be able to get the mentality right to beat a Hearts side even in decent form. And they didn't deserve anything out of the game today at all. The bench was reasonably strong in my opinion as well, and they made little to no impact when they came on. So overall really good, well-deserved result for Hearts, and I really do fancy them to keep this going. I don't think they're going to just drop off like maybe Aberdeen did. Obviously Aberdeen were definitely not in this position last season, but yeah, really, really intrigued to see how far they can go. I think this could be an interesting title race come the end. Even if they do have a bad run of form, they've got that nice cushion there to keep them going. So yeah, thoroughly impressive game. Really enjoyed it. And yeah, well done Hearts.
Yes, 3-1 it was to Hearts in the end, and 3 deserved points, I would say. Extends their lead to 8 points at the top of the Scottish Premiership. But sadly for you, well, I mean gladly for you I suppose in many ways, it did finish 3-1 and you're getting no points for the prediction as you went for a 2-2 draw. But yeah, you're happy with that, I assume. Matthew, over to you. You'd gone for the Morton St Johnstone game in the Championship. You'd predicted a 1-1 draw. How did that game play out?
My prediction was fucked after 12 minutes as St Johnstone ran ahead. Ended up scoring 4 goals in the first half. An incredible performance, especially in the first half for St Johnstone, who had not won in their last 3, only scoring 1 goal. They absolutely steamrolled Morton. They just completely battered them. Their attacking play, their high intensity, they won the ball, they attacked well, and they were very clinical. And it could have been 6 and 7 in that first half. It was an unbelievable performance. We've come to expect Morton to be strong and tough to beat, but it was very easy for St Johnstone in that half. There were those spaces everywhere. I don't know what happened there with Morton. But yeah, St Johnstone back to winning ways and looking very impressive. And with part of this, obviously losing to Wraith, the gap's opened up a wee bit again. And that result just sort of puts into perspective how strong St Johnstone are and how strong their squad is. And even though it is a bit close again, I can't see anyone else really matching them in terms of squad depth and ability to turn a performance in like that. So yeah, 4-0. Could have been more. Certainly wasn't close to being a draw at any point. So there you go.
Another prediction with Neil Poit attached to it, unfortunately for you. But it's one of those where Morton went on that big run of getting draw after draw, didn't it?
Yeah.
When that happens, you can either then start to sort of outscore your opponents and win the matches, or crumble away. And is that 2 defeats in a row or 3 now?
Yeah, they lost them, so 2 defeats in a row. They're closer to the bottom 2 now than to the playoffs. So
I think that's where most people thought they'd be.
I know.
At the end of the season, wasn't it, in the bottom half? But they've done well to grind out those draws. A few decent results in there, but yeah, starting to slip down the table now. Unfortunately. So no points for you. And finally, I'd gone for what I thought was a League 2 game between the Spartans and East Kilbride, but it was a Scottish Cup match. We'd agreed in the WhatsApp group pre-kick-off that if it went to extra time, that it would be the 90-minute scoreline that was counted for the Predictor League, because rules are everything. We must abide by them. Can you guys still see the screen that I'm sharing?
Yes, absolutely, yeah.
Still with the same graphic and stuff, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Because once again, I'd sort of written out my post-match report as if I was a journalist, so I'm going to run you through that. Before a ball was kicked on paper, this was an incredibly evenly matched fixture, with the top 2 sides in League 2 facing off at Ainsley Park. There was sort of a few half chances from the edge of the box in the open exchanges, but nothing to test either Paddy Martin or Freddie Owens in goal. It took until the 20th minute for the deadlock to be broken, as Jamie Dishington was deemed to have fouled East Kilbride's number 9 Cameron Elliott, and the ref pointed to the spot. The ref, though, just to go off script a wee bit, it was one of the worst decisions I've ever seen. I know that they don't have VAR, they don't have a chance to look back at it, but it's an awful dive, really, really bad. So it shouldn't have been a penalty, but alas, John Robertson, the sort of talisman for the Kilby, stepped up and put them into a 1-0 lead after 20 minutes. From then, it was sort of lacking chances. It was a bit of a stalemate that first half. The best chance for the rest of the first 45 fell to Spartans forward, Cameron Russell, who had a left-footed strike.
Keep losing your audio, Tom.
Oh, am I? You're losing me.
Yeah, now and again. I don't know if it's just me.
Well, I didn't change anything, so I hope. I think it's because Matt stopped recording. That's what I've just been told.
I see.
Matt, are you there? It appears that Matt's gone, but we'll carry on with my
carry on. It was a good review. I was enjoying it.
So Cam Russell had a left-footed strike from about 20 yards out that hit the underside of the crossbar. The ball rebounded to James Cragen, who couldn't convert from just a few yards out. He failed to generate any sort of power or direction on the header. It was an easy save for the keeper. So it was 1-0 to the visitors at the break. East Kilbride had an early effort in the second half, straight from the restart from the kickoff, but it didn't trouble the keeper. It was dragged wide from about 25 yards out. Spartans then had a few sort of reasonable opportunities, most of which came from breakaways. That was the sort of trend for them in the game. Most of their opportunities came from counter-attack. However, again, nothing really for Owens in the East Kilbride goal to worry about. Spartans managed to draw level around about the hour mark through Mark McNulty. It was one of Jamie Dishington's many positive forward passes in the match. He was really good, the number 7 for Spartans, who found Cammy Russell near the edge of the East Kilbride box. He spotted Sparky at the far left side of the penalty area. It was a bit of an overhit pass, but the ex-Scotland international chipped the goalie from an acute angle to draw level. And it was only 2 minutes later that a trio of defensive mistakes between the defenders Jordan McGregor, David Ferguson, and then the goalie Freddie Owens saw Mark McNulty gifted another opportunity to round the keeper and tap the ball in from 6 yards out into an open net. So up until that point, it was a bit of a stalemate. There wasn't too many clear-cut chances, but after that, with East Kilbride sort of pushing for the equaliser to try and keep themselves in the cup, it saw the game stretch. Chances started to open for both sides, and you could have had 3 or 4 goals in that last half an hour. But most of East Kilbride's best chances fell to their talisman, John Robertson, the best one of which was a left-footed shot from outside the box that ricocheted off a defender's head or sort of deflected. But Paddy Martin had a great save to tip it over the bar. As much as East Kilbride were pushing, the Spartans had plenty of opportunities as well up the other end to score from counter-attacks, could easily put the game to bed. Overall, it was a 2-1 win, so it's Dougie Samuel's side who advanced to round 3 of the Scottish Cup, where they play Bonnyrigg Rose. And over the piece, I think that 2-1 result was fair. I think they had the best of the chances, and especially since that penalty was an awful decision.
Beautiful.
And yeah, that's my review of the game. It was, like I say, 2-1 to Spartans. I predicted 2-2, so I get 0 points.
Felt like I was there.
Oh, he's back. I've just refreshed my screen. I can see Matthew again.
Yes.
Can you hear me okay?
I can hear you and see you now. It's fantastic.
Yeah, I don't know what happened in the middle of your review. Apologies for that. I hope it didn't ruin your flow there.
That's all right. I just hope that the audience didn't lose too much audio on their end, but it's fine. The leaderboard then at the end of week 5's predictions is the same as when we started, because all 3 of us got it bang wrong, and it's still 7-5-3 with me at the top.
It's tough. It's a tough old game.
Yeah.
Predictor League is not for the faint-hearted.
That's why we never win any money at the bookies.
Games.
This is it. And the fact that I no longer frequent.
Yeah.
Sorry, I've got an ice cube on my mouth. This is awful.
Why did you just eat an ice cube during recording?
I didn't mean to.
Didn't mean
It
to.
came into the gulp, didn't it?
He loves ice in his drink, that's for sure. That's a fact.
I do.
He always offers
Tinpot
me
fact
a
you
drink
can
with
take to
ice
the
in it
bank.
whenever I come round. I feel very like I'm in a bar.
Well, when your partner drinks gin and that like as their primary drink, you need ice for the gin. You've always got to have ice in the freezer, so
Wouldn't
you
know.
might as well use it on a soft drink as well.
Not against it.
Do you have an ice tray, or do you buy the big bag of ice cubes?
Who's buying ice? Unless it's for like a specific party where you need loads
Americans, but in films,
Yeah.
when they drink from kegs
Well,
and with
of
red
loads.
cups.
Neither in a film or American.
Ever drank from a keg? Yes. I guess.
Yeah.
But I read that Gen Z or whatever Gen is now put ice cubes in beer. Have you seen that?
Yeah.
ridiculous.
Ice cubes
Yeah.
in beer. Even I know that's not right, and I don't even drink beer that often. I know you don't put fucking ice cubes in beer. You put
Just don't
ice
drink
cubes
beer.
in your mouth when you're doing a
Yeah,
podcast.
if you don't like beer, just don't drink it. Don't try and put ice in it to make it cold. It's already cold enough when it comes out the tap.
I don't
If it's
know,
not
how cold does it
it's
need to
because
be?
it's a stout and
Like,
it's supposed to be warmer.
they're sitting there nursing it like 2 hours or something while they're chatting shit about bloody TikTok or fucking. So it goes warm. Can I get some ice, please, for my beer?
You've now created a division between yourself and the Falkirk fans, the St Mirren fans a few weeks ago, and now anyone under the age of 25. Anyone else you want to piss off?
I also read there was a bar opening that's like just serves like non-alcoholic drinks, which is quite a good idea. But isn't that just like a cafe or something? Or I don't know, they're just like everywhere else. Like a soft play perhaps is the same as that.
A soft play.
Rocking a soft
You
play.
can get beer at some soft plays, can you not?
Hope so.
Yeah, you're pretty sure you can, yeah.
Bloody need it.
Yeah.
Need harder stuff than that. I think.
Yeah, actually, if there's any place they should be serving beer, it's a soft play.
Just on tap. Can I get a kid's
Fucking
lunchbox and a
stressful.
pint of Stella, please?
Yeah, like one of those keg things you get in like Spain or something
Yeah.
on your table. Boom.
Oh, just in the middle
Yeah.
of the table, you help yourself.
Yeah, yeah.
Get absolutely wrecked. They just
Nah.
like start charging to the soft play, like just
Yeah.
smashing kids with that
Just pass out in the corner, just
in the ball pill.
in the ball pit.
Yeah, they bury it to death.
Sophie from Peep Show vibes.
Exactly.
Yeah.
The ball pit burial. Oh dear, lovely stuff. Right, on to our conversation piece, our debate, our discussion, our heated argument section, named after a big ginger centre half that has, I think, 4 caps for Scotland. It's Mr. D. Bates. And this week, there's a sort of main discussion to be had, but then a sub-debate, if you will, underneath that. The first question, the big one, is not can Hearts win the league, but will Heart of Midlothian go on to win the Scottish Premiership title and make it the first time in 40 years that someone outside of Glasgow's 2 arse cheeks has done that and win the league? Will they do that is question 1, and we'll get on to the sort of other debate around Hearts versus Leicester, which would be a bigger achievement as part of that. So, based on what you've seen so far, Matthew, this season, there's 9 games in, there's an 8-point gap. Hearts haven't been beaten yet. They've scored the most goals in the league. They've conceded the least number of goals in the league. Will they go on to win the Premiership?
Yes.
Oh, you've heard it here first.
Yeah, I
Not
think
sitting on the fence.
if not now, then when? This is Celtic are in self-destruct mode. We all know about Rangers. We've talked enough about them. Although they are making a comeback, but I don't know. You've got a Hearts team that's incredibly strong throughout the spine of the team, with some exciting flair players in there, a strong depth of squad, investment, excitement, enthusiasm, a good manager who knows how to win most of the time, although he has had a history of near misses against Celtic, so then I don't know. Yes, they will. Okay, I'm not going to go into circles as per usual. I'm going to say they will. I think yes, they will. After today's game, I mean, are Celtic really going to go out and spend like a lot of money in the January transfer window, and who are they going to get, and pay inflated fees to try and stop Hearts winning the league with a manager who's clearly unhappy, and a fan base that are divided, perhaps? I just see Hearts' squad is better than everyone else. Is it better than Celtic's at the moment? I don't know. It's certainly playing better. Obviously, the values and the players, you could argue, but Hearts are finding these hidden gems, you know. So, who's to say Hearts can't go in January and find some more exciting players to even improve their squad further still? I just can't see Celtic not losing again, you know. I can't see them going on one of their mega runs, and I can see Hearts grinding out results, winning well. Like today, they've got enough about them. I mean, the defence was great. I mean, get Halkett in the Scotland squad, man. I'm telling you that now. That guy's an absolute machine. If he wasn't injured, like if he hadn't had those injuries in the previous years, like he would have been like Scotland's centre back. Like he's absolutely brilliant. So yeah, they will win the league, and I'm not going to say anything more because I'll end up talking myself out of it. So yes, they will.
We've got one man standing firmly on a yes. Andrew, what's your take on this?
I'm on Matthew's side of the fence. I think they will. I think that for me, it just comes down to mentality. Tom English was saying today pre-match that talking about the favourites kind of situation, and he was sort of very strongly defending Celtic on that side. But based on even the squad that was available today, on paper, that Celtic team should be winning that game. Never mind, winning the league effectively. So at the moment, Rodgers, in my opinion, is completely behind the whole Celtic self-destruct situation. There's absolutely no chance that he'll be managing Celtic next season. Whereas Hearts are, they're working towards a really interesting, impressive, intriguing long-term plan, with obviously the help of Tony Bloom. So yeah, I mean, if there was ever a time, as you said, it's now. And Rangers, to be fair, I mean, how many titles have Rangers won in the last 10 years? So realistically, Hearts were at least going to be looking at breaking second, having a half decent season, but that would, going any further than that would depend on Celtic basically capitulating, and they are. So ultimately, if they keep going the way they are, I can see Celtic dropping more points. I can see Hearts continuing to pick up more points, and even if they do have a bit of a drop off in the second half, will that gap be too big? For them to try and then for Celtic to then try and claw that back? I reckon so. I would love to see them win the league. I think it would be really, really good for Scottish football. It's about time, to be honest. And I think with that general consensus being across the country, maybe Hibs fans aside, then, I do think that, maybe I'm wrong, but I do think that teams will try that a little bit harder, against Celtic particularly, but I was going to put the Old Firm in there in case Rangers go on a bit of a run. But I think they'll try that a little bit harder just to prove a point and maybe be a little bit more inspired by Hearts as well, to try and get a result and prove that there isn't such a massive gap between the Old Firm and the rest. So, this could be the start of something really good for Scottish football. So, yeah, I think Hearts will win the league.
Very interesting. Excuse me, sorry. I'd love nothing more. I think it'd be brilliant, and I'm fully, apart from any games that they play United, I'll be supporting them in pretty much every game besides that, because they're the only ones that are going to have a chance to do it, and it's all that anyone who's not a Celtic fan wants at the moment. So fully behind them. I'm on the other side of the fence though. I definitely think they can do it, but I think will they is probably going to be a no, and there's a few reasons behind it. I think Celtic can't get any worse, I don't think, and historically Rodgers as a manager, he's going through a bad patch. The fans aren't particularly happy with him or the board at the minute, but they will turn a corner. To get 88 points this season, they need to... So if they average the number of points that they've had over the last couple of seasons between now and the rest of the season, they'll end up with 88 points. So 2.4-ish points per game will end them up on 88. For Hearts to get a similar level of points, they would need to only lose 4 or 5 games between now and the end of the season and draw 4 or 5 to be competing with that. Hearts still have to play Celtic 3 times. They've still got to go to Parkhead twice. By the time they play them, the last 2 times, Celtic will have been out of Europe, so they don't have that to contend with. They'll have had the January window. I also think there's a risk of Hearts in January being offered £1 million or £2 million for a couple of their players that they've brought in, which, based on Bloom's model, they can't really refuse. They can't hang on to them to try and keep that project going. I'm not saying that they will do that, but I think there is a risk of that. And I don't think they're then going to have time to go and splash the money or even find someone else on the cheap or for a free to replace the types of, like a Kizaridis or Braga or something like that. They've also not been hit with too many injuries so far, so there's always a risk of that. on the flip side, you could say Hearts aren't in Europe. They're only play league games between now and January when they play their first game in the Scottish Cup. So they've got only that to focus on. So there's arguments on both sides, which I understand. They also now have to play Rangers 3 more times in what will be absolutely a stronger Rangers side than what they had under Russell Martin. Hibs, at the time when they played them, I think there was still a wee bit of the lag left over from the European run. So I think it's all going to come down to me for in their next 6 games between now and their next game against Celtic, which is the start of December. They've got 6 games, all against mostly against lower end opposition. I think they've got St Mirren, Falkirk, Aberdeen, Dundee United, Dundee in those 6 games. Not in that order, 3 of which are obviously at home. So they need a minimum of 15 points, I think, in those games before they play Celtic to withstand a chance. If, say, Motherwell or Dundee United or something pick up a couple of wins, they finish with 12 points. Celtic could go on a 5-game domestic win streak, close the gap a bit, then beat them in that 7th of December match. It's a completely different table by then. It's all ifs, buts, and maybes, hypotheticals, but I think financially you can't get away from the fact that they're just a superpower.
Yeah, absolutely. The only thing I would say is I read this week that the Hearts board, without Tony Bloom's investment, would be willing to spend money in January. So even if they did lose players, which to be honest, I just don't think they would. I think that they would wait until the summer to be offloading any decent assets. Personally, just given that this is a once in a lifetime opportunity, and how would the fans feel maybe letting that slip because they'd let a couple of stars go in January. I think that would be a very, very difficult thing for a board to then justify, because ultimately Celtic will be stronger next season. When they get rid of Rodgers and they bring in Postecoglou, probably they'll spend a lot of money, and they'll be much, much stronger. This is the time to do it. So I don't think I think it'd be crazy if the board were to weaken themselves, especially if you think about the income that they could get from Champions League, etc. Even if it's just straight to qualifiers, the financial incentive there is massive, and for the status of the club, it's a once in a lifetime opportunity. So I think they would be foolish to ruin that. But one big point that you did mention is obviously their lack of contention in Europe this season. I think that's a massive thing, because it's just focusing on the weekend every single week, whereas clearly I'm not talking about Rangers because they're not in a title race right now, but talking about Celtic, they are struggling with the 2 games a week. It was one of the things that Rodgers said today, that they were sort of still dealing with Thursday, and that big reaction to going and goal down. So that's not the Celtic of old. Rodgers, in my opinion, is self-sabotaging. I obviously mentioned that about the sort of post-match sort of review. I don't think that they are in shape to go and do anything this season in the league. And if they do, I mean, Christ, it just shows that you can never stop that animal regardless of what happens. But no, I just think Hearts will be too focused. They'll bolster in January. What are Celtic going to do?
I'd love to see it, absolutely. And you're saying it's like a once in a lifetime thing to try and win the league this season, and my point was their player trade-in model, and the whole reason they're built this way is because they don't see it as a once in a lifetime opportunity. What they're trying to do is bring in players for nothing, sell them for 2 mil. That means they can bring in the next player for 500 grand or $1 million, maybe sell for 4 or 5, build up that way and make it a five-year project where they're not just having a once in a lifetime chance to win the league. They're trying to maintain 100%. that over the piece. So absolutely,
their ambition was to split the old firm, this season. And look, if they stick to, as you said, their player trading model, and that has to be the case, that they do offload in January, then I mean, fair enough. That has to then continue to work without risk for them to then win the league. I just think this is an opportunity that's come to them earlier than they'd anticipated. So, to throw that away for the sale of a couple of players that surely won't massively depreciate by the time you hit the summer, I think would be mental. But I get what you're saying. Obviously,
yeah, it's not a certainty.
Going to live by that. Yeah,
I'm not predicting that's going to happen.
Pure
it's just
speculation.
Yeah, it's just a case of all these factors combined is why I think the giant will kill David eventually.
Yeah, and it's you've good reason for it as well, because it is a likely thing that could happen. It's not like whatever you're saying is complete fantasy.
Yeah,
it fits their model. So I just hope they don't. That's all. But yeah, interesting.
Absolutely living in hope. Matthew, what are your thoughts on that back and forth?
I'm thinking about Celtic at the moment and how they can continue to sort of throw it away. I think Rodgers' ego will continue to hamper them and his sort of agenda to prove that it's not his fault that they're shite this season. Is he going to get his finger out or his head out the sand and start to do things to improve the team rather than sort of self-sabotaging them with his team selections and substitutions? And surely now he can't be going on about strange comments that he makes about certain things, and he needs to focus on perhaps changing the way they play or changing the formation to suit the squad he's got, rather than moaning about how he needs to buy more players. I mean, what some sort of genius coach he is? I thought he's some sort of like messiah, and he can't work with the players he's got. I mean, what are you talking about, mate? Like, he's serious? So if he actually starts to change the tactics and coaches the players and make them play better, which he can do, and they have proven that they can go on a run, then that's the thing that could hamper Hearts' chances. But the way it's going at the moment, he seems to just be self-preservation sort of.
But
the thing next is, job,
Matthew, like I totally agree with you, but the thing is, I think that you only get away with that in this bubble up here. That's it. For me, I don't understand it. I mean, as a fan, I would be absolutely furious that you're being that stubborn. That ultimately you're not playing the best players necessarily. You're not doing the right thing by the club. You're not adjusting accordingly. You're almost making selections or decisions to prove a point. If you take yourself outside of the Scottish football bubble, which ultimately he's obviously not looking for a job at Hibs or something, he's looking for a job down south. If that's the case, and he's lost the league to Hearts, for the first time in Christ knows how long, that someone outside the old firm has won the league. Who the fuck wants him at that point? And also, if he's showed that he's thrown the toys out the pram continuously throughout that season because the board didn't give him exactly what he wanted, who the hell wants him at that stage? I just don't understand that. If you're a Premier League side, regardless of where you are in the table, why the hell would you want Brendan Rodgers after a season where he definitely could have won the league but didn't? And clearly, if you're looking at it from a neutral's perspective, he's had a massive hand in that. I just don't understand the logic behind it. It seems crazy. I could understand if he wouldn't maybe look for a job after or something, and he was just going to retire. But I just don't see where he's trying to go with his career, with the decisions he's making at the moment. And it would take a huge turnaround and a little bit of massive concession on his side for things to start going Celtic's way. So it doesn't make sense to me.
You'll probably talk a good game though. You'll probably be like, "Oh well, I was hamstrung. I had my hands tied behind my back trying to win this league, and that's not my fault. Please give me a job, Angelos. I'm a good guy."
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
I mean,
exactly.
he's obviously done. Did good well at Leicester. Like, he obviously was close to getting in the Champions League, won the FA Cup. He left in a difficult time. I mean, Leicester have hardly got better since he left. So I think he's still got good reputation down south, but I don't see it being the same sort of team that he's had in the past, and it's also not to do with the players. I don't know, it's the way they're playing tactically. It's strange. But yeah, Hearts have squad depth now. Look at the bet players they brought on. look at their team. You go through the team. You've got Kingsley, you've got Halkett, you've got Finlay. These are experienced players that are incredibly strong. You've got the Braga and Kizaridis that have come in that are so exciting. That Kizaridis boy was absolutely on fire today. Like, he's got,
brilliant.
and you've got Shanklin back to his best. Bullion defender, scoring goals. You've got a midfield too of Binningham and the mental Australian boy Devlin just fucking getting stuck in like so hard. And then like even that Harry Milne boy, what a career he's had. Montrose to Park Thistle to Hearts, he looks class as well. I mean the bench as well. I don't know. I think it's written in the stars. I think they'll just keep going on a run. They'll keep going on a run. I can't see anyone really matching them, and it's gonna happen, man. Come on, 40 years of hurt, man. I've been hurting for 40 years about this. Ever since I was born, I said I hope someone else other than the Old Firm wins the league. This could finally be the year for me. My dreams,
we hope
all
so.
come true. Shame it's not the Rovers, but maybe next season after next. Not next season.
Just need to get Jamestown involved at the Rovers, mate, and you can maybe actually get through the playoffs or something. That'd be an
Need to
achievement.
get some investment from some fucking mental boy like.
Some mental boy.
Come on, invest in the Rovers.
Get the boy
Vintage
from
boy.
Nottingham
Surely Ian
Forest,
Rankin's
maybe.
like a multi-millionaire. Like he's surely got about 50 million or something, eh? Like
Yeah,
you don't need that
exactly,
much
yeah.
to get raced to the top flight. Come on, Ranks. You're from Cardenden. You're a Rovers fan. Ian Rankin and Gordon Brown, like a big sort of joint
Gordon
team.
Brown, that'd be great.
Yeah, Gordon Brown's got contacts. He can lobby for some funds from the government
Yeah, that's
to get
it.
Rovers to the Scottish Premiership. That's what you need. And then some mad boy about analytics and that, he can come in as well. I don't know, unnamed third man of this consortium.
It's good to dream, mate. Good to dream.
Sounds like
Just like we're all dreaming about the JITs winning the league. On to, I mean, it's still discussing the Hearts winning the league sort of thing, but something that we mentioned off air last week, I think. It was just a throwaway question, which would be that if Hearts won the league, would that be a bigger achievement, accomplishment, bigger upset, or bigger headline than Leicester's Premier League victory in 2016? So interested to hear a yes or no from you two on that. What do you think? Would Hearts win the league be bigger, Matthew, than Leicester, or a bigger achievement than Leicester?
No, maybe yes, maybe no. Yeah,
Back on the fence again.
I mean, you're talking about English Premier League at the time that still is the richest league in the world. You have 6 teams, top 6 or whatever they call them, that are like mega billionaire clubs. That was a Leicester team that was in their second season in the English Premier League. That just survived relegation the season before, and had mental Claudio Ranieri as their manager. So I think that was an absolutely magical season. For that to happen, for Leicester to win the league, you needed like 3 or 4 teams to really have a bad season, which happened. And then for obviously for Hearts, you need 1, maybe 2 push. But then again, you're looking at, you've got 40 years here that's never happened, so clearly it's much more difficult, whereas there have been numerous winners in England, although Blackburn were the only kind of team out with the top 6 to do it. I'm going to say no, Leicester's was a miracle, and this one would be pretty good. But Hearts do have significant investment, which does make them closer to Celtic.
Yeah.
Closer.
Just to talk about the numbers a wee bit and contextualise that. So, there's been studies, I've bored you with this before, but there's been studies before about like a club's wage bill being the biggest determining factor as to where they're going to finish in the league. So they've shown that throughout all the years of records they've got, roughly the wage bill, it's not about the market value of the squad, because English Premier League tends to get inflated because of the league that it is, or the English players in that league. So it's not about market value of players, it's about wages. The highest wage bill in 2015-16 in England was 127 million for the year, and Leicester's was about 40 million for the year. So it's about three-ish times greater. There's, so that was one of the lowest. They're like 17th or 18th in the wage bill table in 2015-16. Hearts are obviously the fourth or fifth biggest wage bill in Scotland, behind Rangers and Celtic, and they've got it's about 5.7 million per year. Celtics and Rangers are both about the same at 25 million. It's about 4.5 times the size of the budget. So just because you see Leicester as this relegation fodder at the time, the gap in terms of their budget and what they're spending on players and their wages is not, I mean, in terms of the numerical value, yeah, it's still like a 70-80 million pound gap. So that's greater, but the percentage is much, much lower. So I think it's technically harder for Hearts to overcome that. And if you go all the way down to the bottom, where Leicester would be in the English Premier League, you look at the lowest teams in Scotland, the Falkirks, the Livingstones, they're talking like a mill and a half wage budget compared to Celtic. So it's, it's 12, 15 times more. So that the gulf in the economy of the clubs is much, much greater. So I think for that reason alone, if you look at the teams today, Celtic's starting 11 was bought for £22 million, roughly. And Hearts' starting 11 today was bought for £1.5 million.
It's mental.
Celtic in the last 5 seasons have spent 150 million. Hearts have spent 4. The market values again of the players: 133 million for Celtic, 18 million for Hearts. Celtic would be the fourth highest squad value in the English Championship, whereas Hearts have a similar squad value to sort of Bolton and Huddersfield, who are 7th and 9th in League One. That's the difference in
that's really
the money
interesting.
that's involved.
That is really interesting. It's not even just about that as well, though. You look at squad value, you look at the wage budget. You also look at the amount of money they could spend. If you jump on board with the whole sack the board gang, then they should have an absolute shitload of money to spend, Celtic. If they wanted to, apparently. So if that's the case, then Hearts don't have those reserves that they can dip into, in a summer window, in a January window, whenever it might be. Whereas, you compare then Celtic's, budget effectively versus Hearts' budget, that then makes it even more vast, and the numbers even crazier. So, yeah, for me, I think this would be the biggest upset in British football in my lifetime, probably. Certainly over a league season. It would be unbelievable. Absolutely unbelievable. To say it's been a 2-horse race up here is generous. It's been a 1-horse race, really, for a long time, but over our lifetimes, probably a 2-horse race. But Hearts have never ever been in the equation, ultimately. During that time, they've never really threatened. They've never caused a problem, and to all of a sudden, be this far ahead of Celtic, be performing the way they are, and people talking about them winning the league. If they actually do it, I can't compare that to anything else. Never mind Leicester. Leicester had an incredibly wealthy owner. We're looking at Hearts. Hearts right now, talking about wage budgets, I think they're still behind Aberdeen and still behind Hibs. So ultimately, it's not like they've just had a massive, huge investment in the summer and then just leapfrogged, Aberdeen and Hibs to jump in and try and compete with Rangers and Celtic that way. This is totally different.
Absolutely. It's so exciting. It's probably, we just need to caveat, it's a bit early to get too ahead of ourselves. We're 9 games in, and it could be that they lose the next 5 games and it's all over. But we're living in hope that someone can upset the apple cart, and Hearts can be victorious. It's interesting, at the start of the season, everyone was talking about, can they split the old firm, and now they're 8 points clear, with 6 sort of winnable games on paper before they play Celtic again. So we wish them all the best, and hopefully they can do the Leicester.
Godspeed to Hearts. Aim for the sky. Aim for the stars.
Jackies.
Yeah, come on.
In a world where sponsorship is more accessible than ever. That world exists at sportsponsorship.co.uk. Whether you're interested in making a difference to your local community or further afield, or perhaps you're looking for access to tens of thousands of followers online to push your brand further than ever, get in touch with sportsponsorship.co.uk. That's sportsponsorship.co.uk.
World class. Right. Time before we close off for a very, very quick quiz, and this is brought to you by Nooch Bar and Kitchen of 44 Upper Craigs, Stirling's only fully plant-based restaurant, bar, kitchen, whatever you want to call it. Yeah, it's going to be a team quiz this week. Andrew and Matt versus me. There is no graphic to share with you, unfortunately.
Boo.
Most likely I'd fuck that up anyway. But yeah, we're going to do a game of Tenable this week, which is quite simple. You've got 12 guesses, so you're allowed to get 2 wrong. You've got 2 lives, and I think you'll smash this quiz in a matter of moments. We're looking for any Scottish Cup winning team, or the last 10, Scottish Cup winning teams outside of the old firm.
Hey, come on, Andrew. We've not won a Tenable against Warwick, Leask, and let's get one.
Right,
You'll get
Aberdeen then, obviously the last one.
Go on, Aberdeen.
24-25, beat Celtic on penalties.
St Johnstone.
Correct.
Yep, they won the
2021. It was a Hibs final, 1-0.
Do they count as 1 or 2 after they won the one against United?
Yeah, if a team's won it multiple times, you're only getting them once.
Well, I'll go United then after that. Just quickly jump in with that.
United 2009-10, yep, beating Ross County 3-0.
Cheated the Rovers in the semi. But...
How over what period of time was this?
This is just the last
ever?
10 winners, yeah.
All right, the last 10 winners, right? Okay.
The last 10 non-old firm winners, yeah.
So Johnson United.
Hibs.
Yeah.
Hibs, correct. 2016, beating Rangers 3-2. Henderson to deliver.
So like Celtic. St Johnstone, is that the only one that's won it apart from Celtic and Rangers in the last 10 years?
Did
Aberdeen was the last year.
Hearts not win that? Did they?
Did they?
I don't know.
Was their last? Didn't they win? The last one was against. No, they won it since they beat Hibs 5-1, right? They won it since then. Have they? They lost
it
to
wouldn't
Celtic
matter
in
if
that.
they've won it since then or not. If they've won it in 2012,
They
we're
lost to
looking for the
Celtic
last
in the
10 winners that are
COVID final.
non-old firm. It doesn't need to be in the last 10 years.
Let's just
There's not
see Hearts
10.
then.
Oh,
Obviously
that's
Hearts.
fine then, yeah.
Because there's not 10 different winners of the Scottish Cup in the last 10 years. That would be ludicrous. Hearts is correct, yes. 2012, beating Hibs 5-1.
That's the last time they won it.
Correct.
Yeah, I knew they lost in that final to Celtic when that fucking goalie was playing. Never played again.
2012.
You've got Aberdeen, St Johnstone, Hibs, Hearts, and Dundee United so far. That's 5 down, 5 to go.
Did Callie Thistle not win it after?
Oh yeah, you're right.
2012?
Yeah. Big John Hughes,
Correct,
Yogi.
yep. In 2015, beating Falkirk 2-1.
Yogi.
That's you named the last 6 in a row. Got to go back beyond 2010 now.
2000.
What's the struggle?
You have 2 lives to lose as well, so in
Hearts
theory
beat
you could just be chucking in.
Gretna.
Before 2010.
Kilmarnock won the cup once, did they not? In
Yeah, in the 90s
90.
they beat. I can't mind who it was, but yeah, it was in the 90s. So, I mean, let's go for it.
yeah, Killie.
Correct, yeah. 97, they beat Falkirk 1-0.
Could just name good teams, I suppose. Eh?
When was it? Did you tell us the year?
That was 97.
97.
All the 20s up to 2010.
I'm sure. Actually, it might not have been. Might have been further back. I was going to say Motherwell, but I thought they beat Dundee United in the cup final at some point. But I don't know if it was.
Got to take a punt on the good teams, eh? Just
Yeah.
On a grunt.
yeah, Motherwell.
Motherwell is correct. Yep, 1991. They beat Dundee United 4-3 after extra time, I think.
Man, I'm struggling a wee bit, man. So we've already done Aberdeen. We've done the big ones, haven't we?
Done Aberdeen,
yeah.
St Johnstone, Hibs, Cali Thistle, Hearts, Dundee United, Kilmarnock, Motherwell. You've got 2 more to get.
Oh, 2 more. The big boys. Who's the big boys? I mean, St Mirren haven't won the Scottish Cup. I can remember, like,
Yeah, they have. They definitely have won the Scottish Cup. But
in the
I
last
don't know.
Mm,
Well, not. I mean, I don't think in my lifetime they've won it, but they definitely have at some point.
I know Livingston won the League Cup.
Yeah. Who else have we got
under
here, so?
Jim Leishman.
You do have 2 lives you can lose. Or do you want to try and go for a perfect, right?
Right, what teams have we got then that could be? So we've got St Mirren, we've got
Falkirk.
Falkirk. Have we mentioned Falkirk already?
No, what year would Falkirk have won the Scottish? We've got
Falkirk were in a final, I'm sure, but I don't know if they won it.
they lost to Cali and they lost to Rangers as well, man.
They lost to Rangers, yeah, the natural novel goal, yeah.
Well, they're a big team. We've got
You're trying to make up the Falkirk fans, calling them a big team.
Livingston definitely haven't won the Scottish Cup. St
What
Mirren.
about Dunfermline? Have Dunfermline won?
Fucking hell! They lost the final a couple of times in the 2000s, maybe. I'm sure they lost to Celtic.
I'm
once.
thinking more 90s and stuff like that. Maybe possibly top end of the 80s, maybe because.
Right, shout, go for it. Dunfermline were pretty good.
Right,
Go for the
Dunfermline.
Pars.
Yeah.
Correct, yep, 1968.
Oh,
Beat
we're
Hearts
going right
3-1.
back then, Matthew.
Jesus God.
68.
So we've got left St Mirren, Falkirk. Realistically,
I'd say both of them are worth a goal.
yeah, we've
We'll
got
go
2
St.
lives.
Mirren?
Yeah, St Mirren.
St Mirren is tenable as well, yeah. They beat Dundee United 1-0 in 1987. That's your full list of 10 without
87.
losing any lives.
So
Nice.
we're going all the way back to 68
Jesus
at the
Christ.
moment.
Well done, that's it.
Should we try Falkirk then?
You're
We've done
done.
it, Andrew. We've won.
That's it.
Oh, we've won it! All
We've
right.
won it. Come on.
Yes!
Which only 10 teams have won the Scottish Cup apart from Celtic Rangers in like fucking 50
In
years.
Way
Way
back
back
since
to the
1968,
60s.
yeah.
Holy
Jesus.
shit.
Obviously, there's been
That's-
multiple winners there,
Yeah.
like, you know, Aberdeen have won it more than once.
Hearts a couple of times.
Hearts a couple of times, yeah. Dundee United a couple of times. But it's interesting, of those 10 victories, we've only beaten the old firm twice. Hibs beating Rangers in 16 and then Aberdeen this year beating Celtic. So those other 8, it's, you know,
They're out already.
non-old firm teams beating other non-old firm teams.
Right.
That seems to be the trend.
Have Falkirk won the Scottish Cup?
I mean, they
Just
might
out
have
of
done.
interest?
Hope. I don't think so because they're pish.
You
He's
guessed
back.
Dunfermline before Wraith, mate. Why is that?
I
Wraith
know really haven't
cover?
won the Scottish Cup.
No,
like,
they've not. What a shame. Falkirk have won it twice, 1913 and 1957.
doesn't count.
One day, yeah, I think 1946. Yeah.
Wraith were winning at half time against Bayern Munich. Can you say that, Falkirk fan? I don't think you can.
Ultimately, got beat.
Don't see that on the poster on my wall.
That's a scary stat.
A
man.
bunch of jizz stains.
10 of them since 68. That's
Yeah.
terrible. That's
Come on.
terrible, isn't
Scottish
it?
was a joke, eh?
Yeah.
And different
it's-
teams outside of the old firm since 1968.
Bloody hate the old firm.
Yeah,
That's
me
why they
too.
should be
yeah,
Punted down bloody south. Scumbags.
Harsh.
Right, that's...
We're one
sorry.
of the we're one of you guys now. We're shit, so it's fine. We're all good.
Yeah, but we all know we're shit and we're quite happy with it. That's the difference.
Yeah, oh yeah, true. Yeah, I'll let you have that. We'll get used to being shit, I'm sure.
Unless Danny rules the roost in Glasgow and gets a few wins.
Yeah. Well, we'll see. Roll on midweek. Hibs away.
No, do not start that chat. It's a good cue to end episode 22. Thanks for listening. Drop us a comment down below. Let us know what you think of Hearts' chances in the Scottish Premiership title race. Let us know how you would have done with the quiz as well. Would you have been perfect list like those two? And get your bell notification thing ticked so you can get all our release notifications when we're dropping the apps. we'll be back again. This one's coming out on Tuesday, and then we'll be back again on Friday. So until then, have a fantastic week. Stay healthy. Goodbye.
Cheers.
Bye.